Good afternoon. It's such a pleasure for me to be here to listen to all these presentations and to be with you. I am here to share my story about and my experience about Ixchel Transition Initiative, which was co-founded in 2010, as it was said already. So it all began 11 years ago with when I came across the book, The Ringing Cedars of Russia. So this book became a very big source of inspiration for me. And basically overnight I fell in love with Ecovillages. And then I started to look for more information about this movement. And so I found this opportunity to go to Findhorn Ecovillage. And it was absolutely fantastic, 4 weeks of very useful knowledge and inspiration. But when this course slowly came to the end, I started to feel more and more frustrated about the idea of returning back to my everyday life, where I would feel this very big gap between reality and all these beautiful concepts of eco-living. So fortunately, there was this transition training at the end of the course. And this training showed me that it is possible and even so much needed to bring all these beautiful eco-concepts to the everyday lives of people like me and people around me who are very busy, very tired. And I also realized that for me it's very important to keep all this knowledge and inspiration alive. So, and the only way how to do is to practice it every day and also to share this information with others. So basically when I returned home I had only 2 options, either to find an existing eco-village immediately and to join it, or to do something where I am right now. And transition idea was the second option. And I remember the last evening at Findhorn talking to May East, who is one of the main teachers in Gaia education. And I remember telling her that I might try to do this transition idea in my local town of Ixchel. And I don't know how it's gonna go. Maybe I shouldn't try. And she just replied, "Go for it." So I did, and I had a very interesting experience. Just to give you some background information about transition movement. So the transition movement had these 2 main goals. One is to find sustainable solutions for the looming cheap energy fossil fuel crisis, and the other is to find solutions for the greenhouse gas emission problem which causes the climate change. So all these both problems are very well proven scientifically. And the latest reports are even more and more alarming, as we know the latest IPCC report. And the action has always been a little bit too slow. So the transition movement says citizens must come together and start the action now, where they are, with the resources they have. And there is actually no need to wait any longer, and basically there is even no time to wait any longer. So, and the transition movement focuses on the positive vision of tomorrow. And it means bringing people together to share their ideas, visions, and to make a common vision for tomorrow, and to start implement it together step by step. And at the end you get a happier, stronger, and more resilient community. And there are many ideas, very practical ideas about how to make community-supported agriculture scheme, or manuals how to make local currency in your town or county. Or maybe you could try Transition Streets project, which is a great way how to get to know your neighbors, to cut greenhouse gas emissions and save a lot of money in the same time. And all this knowledge is provided by the network. And the network itself was created in 2005 in Totnes, UK. And since then it has spread like a wildfire. So today there are more than 1,100 initiatives worldwide, but many more are out there without being registered. For example, in Sweden there are more than 170 initiatives, from which only 7 are officially registered in the website. And Ixchile is a suburban town of the capital city, Riga. It is 25 kilometers far, and I would say that the average citizen of Ixchile is pretty well educated. He is quite wealthy, commuting to Riga every day, and not feeling connection really to the local life. So that is the environment we had to face. And we started with awareness-raising events like movie screenings, The Age of Stupid, The Story of Stuff, and others. And this is where we faced the first challenges and successes. So I would like to present 10 points of what has worked and what hasn't worked so well, challenges as well. And I also believe that in every place this transition model can work out in different way. So you have just to try and to see how it goes. But our experience is that the biggest problem at the beginning was the lack of interest because of ecological illiteracy from society, which we found quite a big obstacle. It's the so-called denial. And it really takes a lot of time, work and passion to argue with people who just don't believe in these scientific data about climate change or resource depletion. So we didn't have many people coming to our movie screening events. And it took a lot of effort to make advertisements, posters, and so on, but it didn't work very well. I would say that all these awareness-raising events would work much better in UK, where you have a lot of books, newspapers, magazines talking about these issues, and where you have teachers and speakers all around. So my suggestion is also to look for alternative ways how to engage with society. Maybe arts and sports are places where we could look at. We have only 8 members today, although we have been working for more than 3 years. And I would say that by investing the same amount of work and time in this project, in UK situation you would have attracted maybe 10 times more people. However, I believe that our members is a priceless collection of people. We have a very successful local businessman who donates all the profits from his business to the local free school, which is a kind of also transition project. So another person in our initiative is the leader of Latvian Industrial Hemp Association. You can see him there. Then we have the leader of local free school as well, and many other very, very active people. All our members have been environmentally conscious before. So the problem we have is that we have the lack of free time, and there is not much time left for a hobby like Transition Initiative at the end of the working day, you know. So we don't expect to attract crowds of new members anymore, but we are still very open to any newcomers. But we focus more on our own well-being, and we try to keep things simple and fun for us so that we don't run out of our own energy resources. So the other challenge was that the transition model didn't really work for us. At the very beginning, the transition concept was presented as 12 concrete steps that you have to take in order to achieve transition initiative. And there are just not enough people for us to make these steps work. For example, if we want to organize the big launch event, which is a great party with lots of people coming and then making working groups, there are just not enough people. But today the Transition Network is presenting this concept in a different way. There are very tempting ingredients that you can use however you like and bake your transition initiative according to your own taste. So it also means a very big flexibility and letting go the project where it wants to go. Also, we didn't see much interest from local inhabitants. Many magazines, newspapers, and websites were willing to write about us. So we had story in Permaculture magazine. One magazine from Belgium wrote a story about us, and even the national radio station invited us. I would say that other transition initiatives in the Baltic states could count on similar attention from the mass media, and it is more important to provide enough of good-looking projects to satisfy this demand of publicity. Cooperation with the local government, I would say that it is still quite an unexplored opportunity for us. Although we are thinking more and more about this since one of our members was just elected as a local deputy. But the government has funded our movie screening event and also provided co-funding for another project. But I would say that the biggest contribution to local government projects and discussions might be indirect. For example, government made this long-term strategy for development of county and had these public meetings where we participated, and we managed to emphasize the need of sustainable development in county. And then they also organized one meeting about energy efficiency, where only 10 people came, and of course most of participants were coming from our initiative. I would say that even without a special effort, if you make a transition initiative, the local government would notice that there exists such group of people and would pay more attention to sustainability issues automatically. Transition Network is a family. So you can count on support if you decide to start your own transition initiative in your place. And it was felt from the Transition Network that they are willing to support new initiatives, especially in the Baltic states. So the last meeting of Transition Network was in Lyon, France. One of the things that have worked very well for us was teaching permaculture, and we found that it attracts more followers to our projects and also creates some touchable results. And so next, people from abroad find us, and even more people contact me from abroad than locals. And they are basically just transitioners who travel through Latvia, through Riga, and then they contact me and just want to have a chat. And I always ask them to give a speech in Ixchile or co-create a workshop. So we have had guests from France, Ireland, Austria, and even Sweden next month. We have tried different ways of communication with our supporters. We started to collect email addresses at the first movie screening events, and that's how we created an email mailing list, and it has worked very well for us. So today there are 250 subscribers, and we send them monthly roundup about our events, and it has become a kind of email newspaper. And 250 is a very good number for such a small country as Latvia, you know. So, and the last point is, sometimes I have this tricky question in my mind. What has the Ixchil Transition Initiative really done? Do we have any important successes, long-term achievements? I cannot really answer this question, but when I remember about the visit of Andris Gobiņš last year, then it makes me think that we have played a much bigger role than we could think of by looking at our small achievements in physical sphere. Andris Gobiņš is a member of European Economic and Social Committee working in Brussels. So he participated in a project initiated by the Transition Network, and in this project members of EESC could visit transition initiatives in their home countries just to learn about this movement. So we welcomed Andris from Brussels to Ixchile and showed him around, told about our activities. So he returned back, he wrote a report, and it turned out that this report had been so exciting, and he even suggested the Transition Network to the Civil Society's Prize, which is an annual contest of the Transition Network. So the Transition Network got awarded the first place, and got this very big attention from the European Economic and Social Committee. So they also invited a delegation of 6 people to go there in January and to talk and to tell more about this movement. So I went there, and I think that the discussion has started, but of course the process is slow and results are yet to come. So at the end, I would say, just go for it. Try this concept of transitioning. Try to enjoy the failures and the successes. And yeah, choose between eco-villages or transition initiatives. I would say that choosing one or another, but I would really like to invite you to choose, because if we are really going to save this world, I think then we have to choose to take part in Eco-Village or Transition Initiative. You can even have a homestead which is in the countryside, but if you connect with other homesteads around, you can create this transition initiative. So let's go for it. Thank you.